What's going on, everybody? It's Bryant and welcome back to my channel. So lately I've been getting so many questions about how I edit my Instagram photos. So since I'm actually putting together an Instagram course, yeah, that's right, I'm putting together an Instagram course about how to grow and maintain your following, how to make money on Instagram, how to become an influencer, how to connect with brands, just all of the amazing stuff that a lot of business owners and creatives are trying to do on Instagram. I'm putting together a course on all of that. So sort of as a prequel to the course, I'm going to be doing an Instagram series here on the channel. I'm going to be showing you guys how I take Instagram photos, how I edit them, which is today's video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I use hashtags and my number one strategy for increasing your followers, and not only just increasing the number of followers but also get engagement. So I'm going to be doing all of that here on the channel, and hopefully I'll have the entire course done by February 2018. So I'm really excited about that. But anyway, so let's go ahead and hop into today's video. I know a lot of people are like obsessed when it comes to planning out their feed. Like there's an app called Unum, and I used to use it. It's spelled UNUM. I used to use it to plan out my feed, but then I was just like, I don't really use it like that. So typically what I'll do is I'll get my phone and have a little photo shoot, just take a bunch of different poses, and then I'll go on my Instagram account and kind of see what it is that I've already posted up there, so I'm not posting like the same thing repetitively, and I just decide what photo I'm going to post for the day by doing that. Like, I don't plan out my feed too much at all. But once I get an idea about what I already have on my Instagram account and what it is that I'm actually going to be posting, I'll go back to my photos app, and any of the photos that I like, I'll mark them as my favorites by using like the heart button, or the love button. I don't know what you call that button, but anyway, the heart button at the bottom of the screen. I use that to mark the ones that I actually like, and then I'll a lot of times just go back and delete the other ones because I'm not gonna use them. 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna ever use them again. So, but for the sake of this video and time, I'm not gonna do it right now. Whenever my friends see me editing my pictures, they think I'm crazy. They think I'm doing the most and I'm like obsessive because they see how many apps I take them through. But honestly, these combinations of apps give me the absolute best results. So y'all can think whatever y'all want to do. I'm still gonna do me. But the apps that I use are the VSCO app, and I love the VSCO app because I love their filters. I even have purchased their presets for Lightroom whenever I'm editing photos from any of my sessions. And then I use, of course, the built-in camera app, you know, for taking my pictures. Sometimes I use Snapchat to take pictures because I like the dimension or some of the filters that Snapchat has. But 9 times out of 10, if I'm posting a photo and it's going on to Instagram, I've taken it in my camera app or either on my professional camera. But I'll show you guys how I edit those in another video. And then I use the Snapseed app. I love their tools. I love their healing tool, and I definitely love a tool that they have called the portrait tool. And then I also use Facetune. I use Facetune to you know, whiten any of my backgrounds. I just love their whitening tool, and I also use it for the reshape tool. Like if I have something sticking out somewhere, I can just reshape and nip and tuck myself, you know, just to give it the absolute best and polished photo that I could post online. And then of course I also have the Photos app. I also use Snapchat just a little bit to edit my photos, and I also use Instagram just for, you know, just like the final touches. But I'll show you guys the whole process in a second. So the very first thing that I do after I go and pick all of my favorite photos is I'll open up Snapchat and load those photos into Snapchat. Then I'll long press on the photo and edit that photo. I swipe left one time and apply the very first Snapchat filter. And I love that filter so much just because, one, it minimizes any blemishes that I have. So, you know, any like small pimples or really big pores or anything that I have, it minimizes that. But it also makes the photo like so much more contrasty. Like it brightens those whites even more, and it takes those shadows even darker. So I just love that aesthetic. It fits my aesthetic so well, at least my aesthetic anyway. Like I love contrasty images, and not photos that are too contrasty, but you know, I like a little touch of contrast. Just give me just a little bit, just give me a little push, and it just makes the colors pop. So yeah, that's the first thing I do, and then I'll just save those photos to my phone and get ready for the next step. So once I've saved those pictures from Snapchat, I'll load my pictures into VSCO, and that way I can apply my filter. And the thing I love the most about VSCO is they have these cool vintage film looking filters, and I just love the way they look. So the filter I usually use for like all of my photos is the Hypebeast 2 or the HB2, but they have so many filters, like so many of them. Like Honestly, the options are endless. And if you don't see any that you like that come default in the app, you can also shop and buy a couple more. And it's also good to catch them on sale. And the presets are like $2.99 a piece, so like you really can't beat that. And you're getting nice film looking filters that look so great, and they don't even destroy the quality of your photo. One thing that I noticed about Instagram is that filters kind of make your photos look a little bit dull, or it takes away some of the quality. But these filters from VSCO, like, no ma'am. So yeah, I'll edit my photo in there. I'll apply the filter. I always take the filter down to like 2.5 because I don't want it to be like super strong. I just want a little bit of that color, the color gradient to pop on my photo. And then I'll edit it a little bit further. And the only other thing I usually do is I will take down the highlights just a little bit, so the highlights in my face isn't so like bold, So I always take the highlights down just a little bit. And that's all I do in VSCO. Head back to the home screen and save the photo, and I always save it in its actual size. That way I don't lose any of the quality of the photo. So after I'm done with VSCO, I'll open up my photo into Snapseed. And again, I love Snapseed because of their healing tool. So the first thing I do is go in with the healing tool and remove any blemishes that I have, any of my like super open pores, any small fine bumps I have on my face, any pimples, any areas of discoloration, like anywhere that I have like a dent. Like I have a really lumpy forehead sometimes, like when I'm making facial expressions. So sometimes I remove out those dents just to make my forehead look nice and smooth. You can't have a bald head and be having a lumpy forehead. It don't look good in the picture. So I always remove that. Like I have like fine lines under my eyes sometimes. So sometimes I remove that. Sometimes I remove my laugh lines. Just anything I don't want in the photo that I feel like aesthetically takes away from the photo, I remove it. Like I just remove it all. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm in love with myself. I love the way I look. I love everything about me, all of my flaws and all of that. But if I'm posting a photo on Instagram and I'm using my Instagram as a brand ambassador or an influencer, like I need to let these brands know exactly what they're getting, and what I want to deliver is a nice clean image every single time. Like you just have to be very intentional with the stuff you're posting. That's just me. Like you don't have to do all of that. You don't have to go as far as I do, but I don't really feel like I'm going far because I don't like a perfect photo either. I don't want to look like I have flawless skin, like, because I don't. Like I just want everything to look nice and polished and cohesive, if that makes sense. So then after I finish removing everything with the healing brush, I'll go in and apply the portrait filter. And they have like a bunch of different options when it comes to the portrait filter, but the one that I usually use is called Spotlight 2, I think. I'm not looking at it right now. It's either Spotlight 1 or Spotlight 2, but you'll see in the video. I think it's Spotlight 2. Anyway, I use that one, and what I'll do is I'll take the spotlight down a little bit because it defaults at 70. I'll take the spotlight down to around 20. I'll boost the eye clarity just so my eyes will stand out, and I'll also smooth my skin out just a little bit. And so that's all I do with Snapseed. So after I'm done with Snapseed, I then take the photo into the last app, which is Facetune. And for this photo, the only thing I have to fix is the background, because it's not completely white. Like you see, I'm up against a white wall, and it's a little off white, and I want it completely white. Like I want it to look super clean. So I open up the photo into Facetune, and Facetune is a paid app. I think it's like $3.99 or $4.99. Don't get me lying on the price. It is a paid app, but it's definitely worth it. Anyway, so I use the whitening tool. I just open up the photo and take it into the whitening tool, and I whiten the background. And you might not even really be able to see the difference right now, but at the end you will. So yeah, I'm just gonna whiten. I'm gonna zoom in super close and whiten the background. That way it'll give me a nice, precise whitening effect. And that way I'm not whitening myself. I'm not whitening my skin, because I'm not that color. I don't want my skin to look super pale. So, or like I'm like gray in some areas. Like, no, we don't need that. So I zoom in super close, so I'm like super precise. And I'm also making sure not to get it on my clothes either. I zoom out a little bit more if I want to whiten a big area at once, and zoom in close. around, around my head and my arms and my clothes. So I noticed I got a little bit on my skin and on my clothes. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more, use the erase tool, and remove some of that. And that's all I had to do in Facetune for this photo. Sometimes if something looks a little bit unproportionate on my picture, or like I don't like the way I'm standing, sometimes I use the reshape tool to move things around a little bit just to make it look a little bit better. But I don't have to do any of that for this photo. So yeah. So at this point, I pretty much have my picture exactly how I want it. Honestly, I could just leave it alone from here, but usually when I post to Instagram, I just tweak it just a little bit more. So I open the picture up into Instagram, and then I click on edit. And what I do is I add a little bit of warmth to it. I boost that up till around 10. And that way it'll give me a little bit more color, make my photo a little bit brighter. And then I'll go to saturation and boost that up somewhere between 2 and 5. I don't want it too saturated, but I just kind of want that nice boost of color to make my skin tone pop out, to make my eyes pop out just a little bit more, just give it a little bit more of a vibrant feel to the photo. And the last thing that I do is I add a little bit of clarity, well actually a lot of clarity. I always boost the clarity up until around 30. I don't want to boost it up too high because it'll make things start to look a little bit too clear and too grainy. I don't like that look. I just want it just like a little pop and make my picture look extra sharp. I'm a photographer, so I like things to look sharp. I know that you don't have the same quality with your phone as you do with a professional camera, but I just like things to look sharp. And so I boost I sharpen it up until around 30, and then I post it. So that's pretty much how I edit each and every one of my Instagram pictures. And I guess this is the version for my phone. I'll show you guys how I edit pictures, for my blog posts or anything that I post that's taken with my professional camera in a different video. But if you guys like this video, give me a big thumbs up and comment in the comment section below and let me know what you want to see on the channel. What are some things that you want to learn about Instagram? What are some things that you want to see more of on the channel? Just let me know in the comment section below. While you're at it, scroll on down the page a little bit more, find the subscribe button, click subscribe, and right beside the subscribe button there's a bell icon. I want you to click that bell icon, and that way you guys will be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And I'm really excited to dive into this Instagram series. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or any of my other social medias, you can find the description box below, and there you'll find links to everywhere that I am. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm super excited about hopping into this Instagram series. I'm super excited about my course, and I just can't wait to share this information with you guys. Like, knowledge is key. I'm trying to drop this knowledge and enlighten you guys. So yeah. But anyway, until next time, I'm out. Bye.